Yeah, just a minute, just a minute. I'm providing it to you. Is it visible? So now into this, we just have to go with that specific application. Let's suppose Flutter application like this. And into this Flutter application, what we have to do, we have to put these containers into a frame. As we already done with this container part. That how we can put this container, how we can go with this gradient and so on. Okay. Now let's suppose if we have a text, if we need to like put the text into this part. So what we have to do now, we have to go with the text value like this into this, as we put the hello world here. Okay. But what we are going to do now, we are going to style this part text, and further we will go with the class part. Okay. So let's suppose that we have a particular thing into this thing into this part. So into this, if you need to go with the style, or go with something else, let's suppose what we can say, uh, something else that can be styles of that color. So what we have to do into this, we have to put a, a property a property of this text known as styles. So first we have to put the comma, and into this comma, after this comma, we have to put styles like this. When we put these styles, you will see that we have got a suggestion that called style and text style. So we have to select this part, text style, and into this text style, into this style part, when we type text style, that means what exactly this is. This is the property, and under this we have to call a class. We have to call this class known as text style, and into this text style we have to provide some kind of colors, as well as you can go with size something else. For example, I go with this color like this, and to this color, what you have to do, you have to put the color first. You have to call the color class like this, and into this color class you have to provide the value of it. Okay. So let's suppose what exact okay, there's a thing called color class. Okay. So as I already mentioned the classes to you, as I already told you about the classes, that what exactly classes are and how we can go with that classes. So these things are nothing but the pre-written classes. They are the pre-written code stored into the Flutter memory. Okay. Is it clear, Saiti, that what exactly this color class will be? This color class is a pre-written codes available into Flutter. So from where we are calling exactly. So we are calling it from this part, from this Flutter match and so on. We are calling it from this package. If we just remove this part, if we just remove this part like this, so you will see that whatever we are providing, for example, either center or text or color, it will all gone. It all shows error to me. Why they are showing error to me? Because from where from the source where I got these things are now gone. From this source, from this package flutter material dot dart, from this thing we have like import all the things, all the properties, all the classes into this thing. But when we remove this part, when we comment out this part, the whole systems will gone. Okay, that's why they show error to us. So now when I again put it at the same place, so you will see that all the errors are gone. Now into this color value, as I already mentioned, that I have to put 0x, and then I have to go with that double F, let's suppose double zero, and let's suppose 90, like this. So we have got a particular color into this thing, like we have got like something. If I need this color or I need this color, we can also set it like this. And let's suppose if I run this part, if I run this thing, what I'll got into this, we have to It takes 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, once it's launched, we'll see that how exactly it's look like. So is it visible, Saiti? Is it, that means the followable part? Just a minute. I need to create the followable part. Yeah, we have to go with that part. So is it visible? Is this white screen is visible right now? So what we have to do, yeah, what we have to do, we have to place that container into the place of where it belongs to. So I have to just provide it this container like this, and fill this, and we have to provide it like this part, control X, and after body. Just a minute, Saiti. It shows me some error. I have to resolve it, and I'll provide it to you. It's just a error of comma actually. So we need to go with that thing. It's container, so it's container. Yes, into this container we have scaffold. Into this scaffold we have that material app. Okay, yeah, is it visible, Saiti? Now, now you see that there's something like it appears like this part. Okay, the color, yeah, the color is getting changed now. So what we have to do now, let's suppose we have a text, so we need to change the text into this part. So how we will go with this thing? So into this, as we provided the hello world text here, so let's suppose we need to change it. We need to go with that thing like this, and if it's available, then yes, hello world is visible to us. Okay, now into this hello world, what we have to do, we have to put these styles here like this. So what I am going to do, I'm providing the screen like this. So you will see that we have this hello world part here, and into this we have to put these styles like this style. Into this textile we have to put textile like this. Into this textile we have to put color, and to this color we have to put color class again, and into this we have to put the value of it. So let's suppose it's ff00 ff and 00 like this. So we'll get something, this color class, this value, and when we go to our system, let's suppose when we go to our preview, what we will see, we will get this thing. So here you will see that hello world is visible in front of us like this, and its color getting green like that. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to go with the size of this text. So what exactly this size is, so because we need some kind of font size, here you will see that into the same text style, after this color we have to put comma again, and after this when we put font, you will see something font size, font style, and so on. So let's suppose if I go with this font size like this, and into this we have to put the font value, and if I hover on this font size property, you will see that here it comes into double format. Here it comes into double format, and we know what exactly double is. So whenever we have to go with the float value, whenever we have to go with the decimal values, we have to provide it like that. So into this, let's suppose I have to go with 50 size, so I have to provide 50.0 like this. Okay, so this is what this is my double value. So whenever we have to go with that double part, we have to put some kind of decimal values into this. Any doubt? Okay, just a minute, I understand. Now, is it clear? Let's suppose if I rewrite the code, it's just start from this thing, from this font size. So what we have to do, I have to just put the font here like this, and when I put this value, I have to put this font size like this. Okay, so let's suppose if we go with this, if we look on our exact file, what exactly happened at that place. So you will see that our font is getting loaded like this. It's getting bigger and bigger. So that's how we can change the styles of our font into our Flutter part, into a Flutter language. Okay. Any doubt into this part? It's clear. Okay. So now, yeah, yeah, sure. You can go with this code. I'm providing this code on WhatsApp, so we'll go with that part. Yes. Please check this code. Have you got it? Okay. Now let's suppose if we need to go with that another thing. Let's suppose if we need to style our text. Okay. What exactly styling is? Let's suppose I have to put my code. I have to put my text into italic formats. Okay. So into if we need to go with that italic part, what we have to do, or what we need to do, we have to just put something else code, some else codes. For example, I just put comma after this font size, and to this when I put font style, you will see font style here. So when I click on this font style, you will see that we have some kind of italic like this. You will see that we have font style dot italic. So what we have to do, we have to put this font style like this, and into this when we put dot, you will see that we have font style italic. So when I hit enter into this italic part, our code will convert from normal to italic position. Let's suppose when I share it, so you will see that our code will convert into that italic form. Is it clear, Sayati? Any doubt? It's clear. So first, I'm providing the screen. First, just read out the code and clear all the parts. What we discussed into this thing. You just have to go through this thing. And okay, Saidi, do one more thing. Just start your VS Code. Okay, and what the code I shared to you in just a moment, you just go with that code into your with your VS Code, so that you can write the specific code into your system. Okay, just try that code into your system. Yeah, Saiti, have you tried it? Yeah, Saiti, have you tried it? Okay. Don't worry. Just go with that. Sure. No worry, no worry, no worry. Let's go with some other things like. Okay. So that's how we can go with that italic part. And now what we have to do, we have to understand this thing. Like if we need to if we need to create some kind of widgets, or if we need to create some kind of properties like ours. For example, into this we are just going to create all the things into a single state, like this container or this scaffold or this material app. But if we need to do it into a particular format, into a proper format, then what we have to do? We have to go with that specific class. Okay. So now into this thing, we are moving to our objects that reports our specific class, that how we can build our classes into a system. So what we are going to do, we are going to creating our class, creating our class as a widget. Okay. So what we are going to do, just like these things, let's suppose when we call scaffold, it comes with a widget. When we call container, it comes with a widget. Similarly, when we go with let's suppose material app, it also comes with a widget. So similarly, let's suppose that we need to create a widget for us. Okay, we need to create a similar widget like this, like these parts. So what we have to do, we have to creating some kind of classes, because literally, because into this part, if we look on our part, what exactly container is? Container is nothing but a class. Okay, now it's a widget class into which we have to just put the values like decoration values, like gradient values, like color values, like alignment values, so that it provides all the things. And after it, we have to we just set it the whole layout by putting these things, by putting box decoration or gradient and so on. So into this, we have to create a particular class, and into this class, we have to create some kind of widgets learning and so on. Okay, so what we have to do now, if we look to our code, if I go with our code, let's suppose that the Canva, if you go with this part, and you will see that as we already learned that Dart is an object oriented language. We already know this part, that what exactly Dart is. Dart is an object oriented language. And into this object oriented language, if we go with this part, we know that each and every data structure, for example, if we go with text, if we go with number, if we go with float values, each and everything is an object. Okay, that's why it's called object oriented program. Let's suppose you will write text. Text is also an object. Similarly, if you go with some kind of number is also an object. Similarly, if you go with that that widget is also an object. So that's why, because each and everything is an object, that's why Dart is called an object oriented language. That means here we are here we are declaring some kind of object, and by this object we are creating a particular structure. Is it clear? So now, if we go with this part, what will happen? Whatever the gradient, whatever the widgets, gradients, or the configuration objects or the properties which are available into this more complex values, it is created a concept of the above one blueprints. That means that if we need to create some kind of widgets, okay, if we need to create some kind of gradients or configuration object or properties, we need to provide some kind of blueprints to it. What exactly blueprints will be? Let's suppose blueprints will be when I just have to provide some kind of values into that, and the all the properties will show their effect on behalf of these values what I provided to them. For example, if I said that some number has to multiply with 1000, so if I provide 1, then it becomes 1 into 1000 will be 1000. If I provide 2, then it becomes 2000. If I provide 3, it becomes 3000. That means that whatever the value I'll provide to it, it will affect, or it will calculate the other things by that by their specified value. Similarly, into this blueprints, what we have to do, we are specified all the things, and whenever we put the values, for example, just like just like what we can say, just like into classes, or just we saw earlier that if we put some kind of colors, let's suppose if I put some kind of red value, some kind of green value, some kind of blue value, we'll get some kind of specified color. We got a combination of a specified color. So that's how we can develop, or we can go at that object into this thing. Is it clear to you? So these blueprints are none other but it is called classes. As we discussed earlier, when we learn, or when we are studying our Dart systems, we already learned this thing, that how we can create the blueprints, which are considered as classes. Okay. So now, if we are going with these things, we have to understand this part, that each and every object, whatever we are deciding or whatever we are presenting into it, they all comes under a data structure. Okay. So whatever the object we are declaring, or whatever the object we are settling into a particular part, the whole thing is known as structures. Is it clear? And whatever the data structures will be, they all are stored into a memory of computer. Okay. So now let's move to another part. Let's suppose, if we have the objects, if we have data structures and the objects, it always go into two different parts. Okay. Either object can create it as a data variable or properties, or can be stored in a function or a method. Okay. So as we discussed earlier, that we discussed that how we can create the methods into our classes, or we discussed that how we can declare our classes, or we can say we also declared the the data types, like how we can declare string, or how we can go with the number and so on. So that's how we are providing the objects into data structures memory. Okay. Similarly, if we go above, we have to know this thing, that how we can create a custom widgets by using classes and constructors. So I'll take this scenario from tomorrow, and we will discuss this part, like how we will go with this classes, and how we can create these classes, how we can go with that part. We will discuss tomorrow. Okay. And from this part, when we clear this part only, we will ready to create our Flutter app. From this part we are ready. When we just go with this part, let's suppose from Monday we will ready to create some kind of apps, for example calculator apps and so on. From Monday we will discuss on this part. Okay. So now I am stopping this thing today, and